Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to SBA Prepping and Survival. How y'all are? This is Tuesday, March 11th, I believe. I'm on a road trip. I have to go to James Creek, Pennsylvania to do a quality assurance visit. Make sure everything is up to snuff and up to the way we like it. I'm on the Pennsylvania Turnpike right now at 76, headed east. Hopefully this sound is okay. I'm having a hard time recording audio in the car while driving. I think I just need a better microphone. But maybe if I work enough, I can get one. What I wanted to talk about was prepping. Imagine that. SBA Prepping and Survival wants to do a video talking about prepping. I want to talk about these long-term preppers. There's plenty of them on YouTube that are trying to teach people things, that are teaching them wrong things as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to use one example here. There are numerous ones, but one stuck out to me the other day. I was watching this guy. He's been prepping for 17 years. We all know who he is. We all watch him. He's got a group, and they did a grocery haul. Every month they all chip in money and he goes out and buys groceries for their long-term survival. Some of the things I agree with, the canned meats, the canned fish, the canned chicken, that's okay. Personally, I prefer to have my chickens. I will have plenty of chickens out at St. Bernard Acres. I won't have to buy much. But the one item that's stuck up plenty of beans and stuff, yep. You can't just simply buy this stuff and throw them in buckets and expect them to last 15 years. Number one. Let me get that out of the way. You can prep these items to last longer. You can vacuum seal. If you have enough money, you can freeze dry stuff, and you can can stuff, vegetables and beef and chicken. You can do all of that your own. You don't have to buy the canned, you don't need 450 cans of tuna or 500 cans of chicken. Why not can your own? But I wander off. He was talking about pasta. I love pasta. Pasta is a great item. It's a great filler, great side. I do a lot with pastas. I use them. But he is showing all of these bottles, plastic jars, glass jars with just lids on them. Nothing vacuum sealed, stuff from 2017, 2015. Darn it. Let me tell you something. Pasta does not last that long. What's pasta made with? Eggs and oil. They do not last that long. If properly vacuum sealed and stored, you might get 4 years out of it. 5, it's already lost, a lot. It's going to have different texture. It's going to taste different. But after that, forget it. It's not safe to eat. And he's got all these jars that are 10 years old, 12 years old, of macaroni noodles that should be thrown away, because I'm telling you, they're not any good. So he shows over in the corner. He's got 20 more boxes, 3-pound boxes, 20 more of them, of macaroni noodles from Walmart. Now, number one, you guys know a lot of that shit. Everybody knows it ships with bugs in the pastas and stuff. There's little tiny bugs and everything. Well, unless you freeze that stuff and then vacuum seal it, those bugs are going to continue to grow. You know, you can't just put them in a Mylar bag and seal it. It has to be vacuum sealed. And you can't put them in buckets that are going to be in the elements, basically, in the freezing cold, in the heat inside. I mean, it's going to cook the shit. You can't prep like that. It's not good advice to people who want to be prepared, right? My theory is this: I love pasta. I buy pasta when I find it on sale. I might buy 10 boxes of macaroni elbows, but I put them in my ball canning jars and I vacuum seal them in the jars, because I know I'm going to use those within a year, right? It extends the shelf life by a couple of years. I can stick those up on the shelf, and I know but I got the date on there. I know when I have to use them by, and I will. If I bought 20 boxes, I know I would use that probably in a year and a half, but not 15 years from now. You can't do that. And mine will be vacuum sealed. But aside from that, if you're thinking about doing this as a prepping thing, here's how I would do it as a long-term prepper. I would not buy a single macaroni noodle. I would not buy any more pastas, anything, for my long-term preps. Four ingredients to make a pasta: flour, salt, eggs, oil. That's it. You can make your own pasta. You have chickens. You can't store olive oil, but there's other oils you can use if you have to. Butter you can use if you have to. Lard Crisco will last a long time. And you could make that work to make your pasta to be your filler meal, the filler in your meal. So why not, instead of 23-pound boxes of macaroni noodles that are going to go stale and bad, why not buy a 50-pound bag of flour, vacuum seal that in 2-pound bags, or 1 pound, or 5 pound, however you want to vacuum seal, but vacuum seal it. Don't just dump it in Mylar and put a hair curler on it to seal it. Same with your salt. When you want some pasta, get out a bag of flour, get out your salt, go out to the chicken coop, get you some eggs, throw some Crisco in there, throw some butter in it, whatever, and make your pasta. It's that simple. And a whole lot cheaper. And you could, just the money you could save, you could probably buy a pasta machine, to make the different pastas. It just doesn't make sense to spend all of that money on stuff like that. And I will challenge that prepper. If you think that bottle of macaroni noodles, that plastic bottle you screwed the top on in 2017, if you think that's good, make up a batch of macaroni and cheese and let me see you eat it. Because it's not going to be any good. The stuff, after about 5 years, it'll cook, but it's going to be like gummies, It's just bad advice. And I hate to see people, told things like that. I hate it. I remember one of the things also I hate about Pennsylvania, driving across Pennsylvania. It's all hills. And gas is now $3.79 a gallon here on the turnpike. And it seems like the entire trip is uphill. You never get to coast your way back down. It's just constant climbing both ways. So it's just going to suck down the fuel. But what are you going to do? You know, I get mileage pay. It's going to have to go up. I'm going to tell them that too. When we agreed to this stuff, gas was $2.65, $2.75 a gallon. Now it's $1 more a gallon. My per mile rate's going to have to go up some. How about that? But anyway, I wanted to talk about the pasta idea. Instead of buying boxes and boxes and boxes and hundreds of dollars worth of box pasta, make your own when you want it. It ain't hard. Let me know what you think. Would you buy that much pasta, hundreds of dollars worth of pasta, and put it in peanut butter jars to store it for 15 years and then eat it? Or store it for 10 years and then eat it? Or would you rather just buy the ingredients? Because you're going to use all that flour for other things too. You're going to use that salt for other things too. You're going to use the salt for other things. You're going to use the Crisco or the oil or the lard or the butter for other things as well. It's not like you're storing it just for pasta. You know? That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. This is Joe from SBA Prepping and Survival and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I'm out.